Hey guys, Jeff Breckenridge. Doing my Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. This is a book I decided to do for my review. I have absolutely loved reading this book. I've heard about it many, many, many times. We talked about it in my undergrad in a relationship skills class that I took, and I just never picked it up. I have been recommended to it many times over and over, and it finally got recommended to me by my wife, saying, "Let's see what this does. How can this help us?" And so, Gary Chapman, he has been an author and a pastor for over 30 years. He's written over 30 self-help books. He's written the Five Love Languages, which I'll be talking about tonight. The five love languages. The first is words of affirmation. So a lot of complimenting, um, being able to be motivational in speech, being able to tell your spouse how proud they are of you. This has been a crazy, crazy, crazy master's degree for all of us. And I truly found that, words of affirmation for my wife have made me be able to get through all this and to be able to, you know, stay motivated in the hardest times. Quality time is a second written love language, and this includes such thing as dating. This includes scheduling something out, making it designated and planned, using recurrence. Recurrence is huge because if you're not planning time to work on your marriage, work on your relationship on a very solid date, then it can be forgotten. So, set a date in the month that you will be able to spend quality time with your spouse or your partner. Undivided attention. So this means maybe leaving your phone in the car or at least putting it on silent, being able to look across the table and meet eyes with your loved one, your partner, your spouse, um, and not being distracted by anything. This is also one of my favorite love languages. It's not 100% my own, but I absolutely love having that undivided attention with my wife. Nowadays we are working from our phones, that kind of thing. So we're kind of used to having so much screen time, and being able to just cut that out and be able to spend one-on-one with my spouse has just definitely been huge. Receiving gifts. This one is my wife's favorite. Um, I get so many things from her, and it's awesome. It's like it brings about the thoughts of, oh, they remembered me. The thought of is priceless. The expression of love is priceless. It doesn't matter what the thing costs, even if it's free. And a lot of the time, the gifts that are the greatest are the free ones. The things I cherish most in my relationships are the little things that my wife has picked up on. For example, uh, years and years ago, I took a picture of my motorcycle in front of the sunset, and it had been just one of my favorite pictures I'd ever taken. It was on my favorites in my phone. And this is when I was dating my wife. And for my birthday, uh, she got that picture off of Facebook and actually printed it up very nicely and put it in a frame. And, I'm glad to have her know, some of my passions, being able to do that. Maybe it was only like a $10 frame or whatever, but knowing that she knew my passion for motorcycles and being able to take that and put it into that just really meant the world to me. Acts of service is the next love language. So thinking about the partner, planning and following through with service. This can be anything from, okay, I got the next diaper, to um, just anything, any little thing. I've always heard that the sexiest thing a man can do is the dishes, and little acts of service, those just little things, but don't expect anything from them, because a lot of the time acts of service can actually be manipulative, where um, oh, I did this, honey, so now it's your turn to do this. That's not the thing. The act of service is showing the love through a selfless way and not looking for any payback from it. Uh, the next love language is physical touch. So a lot of men be like, "Oh yeah, physical touch. I love sex. This is the best one, and this is the one that works for me." Okay, sex is great, but that does not encompass all physical touch. There are many people out there that love sex. I mean, almost anybody, for me being too candid. But what about hand holding? What about hugs? What about snuggles? What about little kisses on the cheek? These things are the things that really make this love language of physical touch. It's not just sexual intimacy, it's physical touch of any kind that expresses your love for your partner. So, in conclusion, we have the 5 love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, as well as physical touch. This is 5 Love Languages from Gary Chapman. I'm Jeff Breckenridge. Thank you.